Okay, let's go ahead and find the surface area of this rectangular box. And we have something here that kind of looks like a shoe box. And what we want to do, of course, is to find the surface area. So the dimensions is this box is 2 inches high, 3 inches wide, and 5 inches long. So there's actually a formula that you could write to calculate the surface area of this box, but in a lot of ways, it's kind of common sense. So if you forgot the formula, you should still be able to reason through and calculate the surface area if you have a good, solid understanding of what the surface area means. But if you think you could do this problem, go ahead and put your answer into the comment section. I'm going to show you the correct solution here in a moment, and then we'll walk through step by step on how to calculate the surface area. And of course, we'll review exactly what the surface area is. So before we get going, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of TC Math Academy. I'm also a middle and high school math teacher. I've been teaching math for decades, and I'm telling you right now, you can be successful in mathematics, especially. I'm speaking especially to those of you that out there that struggle in math. Okay, so for whatever reason, if you think you're bad at math, I'm telling you right now, there's no one out there that's just naturally bad at math. Okay, what you need is great math instruction, clear, understandable, and comprehensive. So if you're at the middle school, high school, or even college level in terms of mathematics, check out my Math Help program. I'll leave a link to it in the description of this video. It will help you out big time. Also, if you happen to be preparing for any sort of test with math on it, I'm talking about things like the SAT, ACT, GED, ASVAB, maybe a teacher certification exam. I have a ton of test prep courses that can help you prepare and pass those exams. If you homeschool, check out my homeschool program for middle and high school mathematics. Won a lot of awards this year with my homeschool program. Very proud of that. If you need some math notes, well, I'll first say this. You should be taking your own great notes, okay? So if you're not, start improving and everything in mathematics. We'll start getting better, but in the meantime, you can use my notes to study from. I'll leave links to those in the description of this video as well. And if this video helps you out, don't forget to like and subscribe, as that definitely helps me out. Okay, so let's get into the surface area, and let me show you the answer. And here you go. All right, so here is our rectangular box, basically like a shoebox. The surface area is 62 inches squared, okay? So if you said 62, I would probably give you a 9 out of a 10. A lot of you might be kind of angry about that. You might be like, hey, what are you talking about? I got the right answer. Well, remember, anytime you're dealing with area or volume or distance and there's units of measure involved, in this case, we're dealing with inches, you need to be specific about that and put that unit of measure in. So most math teachers and science teachers and things, when you're doing this, if you don't put those units of measure in, they will dock you some points. But anyways, if you got 62 inches squared, let me go ahead and give you our nice little happy face, an A plus and a 100%. Nice job. Okay. So, I'm not trying to be nitpicky here, but I am trying to tell you the details that you need to be paying attention to, in mathematics. Okay, so let's go ahead and just quickly talk about what the surface area means. Okay, let's erase all this so we can stay focused on what I'm trying to teach you here. So, what is surface area? Well, effectively, surface area is just the amount of area coverage. It's basically, you can think of it as coverage area. If you wanted to put wrapping paper around this box, what would you need to cover? Well, we need to cover this side, and this side right here, and then the very top and the very bottom. Okay, the amount of coverage is the surface area. Now, we could kind of think of this if we kind of drew this out this way, we would have our little top, and then we'd have our ends like so. Then we would have our little sides, and of course we have another top or bottom, however you want to think about it. But you're going to have all these various parts. Right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But remember, we do have another part here. So the 6 little rectangles that we have to effectively calculate the area and then add up. Okay, so when you're thinking about surface area, you're basically thinking about coverage area, all right? How much wrapping paper it would take to wrap something up. And that would be the case with like a cylinder or anything, okay? Just think, all right, here is something I want to wrap up. I need some wrapping paper right here. I'll need some wrapping paper right here, and then I need some wrapping paper that goes around like that as well. So again, you don't have to have specific formulas for every single little figure that you encounter. You just have to have the right concept about what surface area is. Now, in this particular problem, you do need to know that the area of a rectangle is what? Well, any rectangle, it's going to be the length times the width. Doesn't make a difference what you're dealing with. Okay, so this is probably the most basic formula that you're going to have to keep in mind in order to figure this out. Now, I did stress that when you're dealing with area, you're always dealing with units of measure squared. Okay, so units of measure squared. So make sure you are dealing with all the same units of measure. So in other words, if this was feet and these were in inches, you have to put everything in the same unit of measure, and then your final answer is going to be in that particular unit of measure squared. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this problem now. Now that we understand what surface area is, pretty straightforward stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at this box this way. So as I kind of indicated, we're dealing with 6 sides here, right? So we have an end right here, and then we have another end. We're going to have to find the areas of these, but if you notice here, these ends are the same dimension. So if we look, it's going to be a 2 by 3 little rectangle we have to figure out. This is a 2 by 3 as well, but we have an end and an end right there, and I'm going to erase that. Then we have these sides, so we have a side right here and a side right there. And let's see what the dimensions are of this side. Okay, matter of fact, why don't you tell me what you think the dimensions are? Well, if you look here, it's going to be 5 by what? 5 by 2. Okay, so here is the height. So you remember this is the height, and then we need this length. So this is going to be a 5 by 2. And then we have the what? Well, we have these tops and bottoms. But again, these are going to be the same dimension. And what would be the dimensions of these things? Well, it would be 3 by 5, right? So we have a 3 by 5 right here and a 3 by 5 down here. So anytime you're dealing with a rectangular box, okay, these dimensions are going to be the same, i.e. this is 3 down here, or this is 3, this would be 3 inches as well. This is 5 inches, this would be 5 inches, etc., etc. So that's pretty much just, your ability to know what figure you're dealing with and just interpret it, and just take your time so you don't get confused on the actual dimensions of what we need to figure out here. So let's go ahead and put this all together and write our little formula out. So the total surface area of this rectangular box will be the ends. Okay, we already talked about those right there. So that's going to be a 2 by 3 little rectangle. We'll write that right there, 2 by 3. And then we have how many of those? Well, we have 2. Okay, so we have to take this 2 by 3 to get the area, then we'll multiply by 2. That will count for the ends. All right, so how about the sides? Again, the sides are going to be this and this. And this is going to be a 5 by what? 5 by 2, okay? So we have a 5 by 2 here, and we have a 5 by 2 there, so it's going to be 2 5 by 2. So this is our sides. And then that leaves us with our top and bottom. So it's this one and this one, but again, these are going to be the same. And this would be a 3 by 5, all right? So we have 3 by 5, and we have 2 of those. Now all we have to do is do the number crunching. And this doesn't even require a calculator. So 2 by 3 is 6, or 2 times 3, excuse me. This could be interpreted as 2 by 3. This is 2 times 3. So 2 times 6, we'll figure that out in a second. 2 times 5 times 2 is 10, so we'll figure that out. And then 2 times 3 times 5 is 15. Now you see how I'm writing everything out here step by step? This is exactly how you want to show your teacher what basically your solution. You just don't want to just come up with a final number, because they want to see the story being told. They want to be like, oh, this person knows exactly what they're doing. And even if you make a little arithmetic error, or even something on a unit of measure, you're going to get the majority of points. Okay, remember, math really is, in terms of getting a grade or being in a class where you do get some sort of grade out of it, it's a game of partial credit. Okay, don't think in terms of pass, fail, or right or wrong. It's really like, how much do you understand? If you can prove to your teacher that you understand a good amount of what's going on, they're going to give you a good amount of points. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and put this all together. So here we have 12, this would be 20, and 2 times 15 is 30, and all together that's 62. But remember, at the end of all this calculations, we are dealing with inches, and we are dealing with, of course, area or surface area. So 62 inches squared. Okay, so not that difficult of a problem, and one that if you're taking any sort of algebra, basically even like middle school, high school, surface area problems could be in algebra courses. It's not just like, yeah, we are talking about geometry, but you're going to see this type of problem in all various sorts of test quizzes and various math classes. Okay, so it's very important that you understand surface area, area, and volume and other type of units of measure problems. Okay. All right. So hopefully this video helps you out. If that's the case, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you need additional help with anything like surface area, like the surface area of a prism or things like that, I would direct you towards two courses in my Math Help program. One would be pre-algebra. I have a nice chapter on all basic area, volume, surface area that goes over that. And of course, my geometry course, my full geometry course, I get into that and more advanced stuff. All right, so with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.